Welcome back. In today's Health Matters, school being mostly online, some kids are missing out on the therapy they will receive at school. And Kathleen Brock is here. Caitlin Brock, I'm sorry, Caitlin. Caitlin Brock is here. I knew I'd see. Oh no, her sister Anna's going to get after me. So is here with me this morning talking about this. And Caitlin, again, kids are going back to school online, but therapy that they usually get at school, they're not getting, and that's where you come in, because you have a very special program and special practice that you do. Let's talk about that.
Right. So I've been doing therapy for 6 to 7 years now, and I've really just always wanted to offer something more than traditional talk therapy. So in March, at the beginning of the pandemic, I founded and opened my private practice, Creative Expression. And so I help kids, teens, and young adults with expressing themselves through art and play. So that's kind of the main background.
And we're finding out that this is very helpful because kids, again, have not had their social kind of atmosphere with them, and it's hard for them to speak at times. They're not that way. And this, again, is a great way for kids to express themselves through art, which is so important. Right.
So kids are facing very, very different challenges, and it's hard to make sense of it. Even for adults, it's hard for us to make sense of what is happening. And for kids, really young kids, even teens too, it's hard to put into words exactly how they may be thinking or feeling. And so through the creative outlets, I give them a way to express themselves and to make sense of what they're going through. Yeah. And so I help with doing that when, like you said, they may not be getting therapy from schools because they're not attending school, or if they're overwhelmed with everything going on.
Yeah, I have to admit that my son, when he was young, we had to do it with him. He didn't have any vocal problems or anything like that, but it was where we could help him concentrate on his schoolwork, that he can actually go to a coloring book or draw or something to express the way that he was not understanding his schoolwork, and it really brought him out. He's 23 years old now. He is, an actor and a director and filming and stuff like that. And that's kind of like what your program is there to do, is to get the kids maybe explaining what's going on with their schoolwork in the art way.
Right, and so it really helps with building confidence and gaining a sense of mastery when you're able to get like what you're feeling inside here and what you're thinking up here out into a artwork representation. And then I help them go a step further with that, with gaining some more insight and kind of uncovering the unconscious and what could be blocking them or preventing some of those school difficulties.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're here, because with school starting this week, you have a lot of parents who are a little frustrated because over the summertime they might have just had the kids playing different stuff, and now they need to get them back on schedule. And one, again, is that they're not going to that therapy. What I like is that you kind of like, it's not just giving a coloring book and coloring, you actually discuss things with them.
Right, yeah, so there's two parts really. So I do art and play as creative outlets. And so with the art, it's the first part of it is them creating and feeling inspired to create something based on their thoughts and feelings. And then the second part of it is gaining a deeper insight and processing. And so we go through the shapes they use, the colors that they use, the images, and what all of those things represent, because that part of art can go beyond the limitations of our spoken language.
Yeah, again, it's very important. Okay, so how's it work right now with us not being able to go to school and stuff? So you're doing Zooms and different things?
So I'm actually doing Zooms and face-to-face. So I'm, you have to come in with your mask on, social distancing. I have sanitizer and all of those things. But if you choose to do Zoom instead, then that's an option as well.
Yeah, they can talk to kids, and I think kids are starting to get used to that a little.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so how can people find more about the practice and what they can learn from you?
Yeah, so my website, creativeexpressioncb.net, and then also call or email me, creativeexpressioncaitlin@gmail.com.
Perfect. So I like it. So, all right, before you go, you have a couple people you need to do some shout outs who's watching. Your nieces and nephews.
Yes, Ava and Braxton.
So you work with them a little bit with this, don't you?
Yeah, so I mean, just with my background and everything, we do different things together. I've kind of sometimes practice with them different art activities to see how they respond.
That's good. All right, say hello to Mom and Dad, and who else do you?
Hi, Mom and Dad. Is there a certain...
Just
okay, and the twins, Maddie and Riley.
There you go. So, Caitlin, thanks for coming in.
All right, thank you.